my name is Lori Krause, and I'm going to show you how limestone is formed. The science experiment that I chose to do is on limestone and how it is formed over many of years. So to get started, I'm going to show you the materials that I need for this project. First of all, I need an empty box. Something like this will work. I'm going to use a plastic bag and cut it to fit the box. I'm going to use gravel. Most limestone is made from calcium carbonate, which is pieces of animal shells crushed up, but for this particular experiment we're going to use gravel because sometimes you can find rocks and other things in limestone as well. And I'm also going to use plaster to make the limestone look more realistic. And finally, I have paper cups that we are going to use at the end of this experiment. So the first thing I'm going to do is we are going to place this into a bag and we are going to cut it to make it fit. So let me go ahead and do that. And to make it stay, I'm just going to tape it to the edge of the box. Okay. Make sure this fits in here nicely. Take the other sides and we will be ready to add Okay, so at this point we have our box covered in our plastic, and now we are ready to go ahead and make our limestone mixture. For our limestone mixture, we are going to use plaster and water. In the ocean, limestone is formed when tiny pieces of shells get compacted on top of each other over many of years. And due to water pressure and the amount of pressure that the water is putting on the shells, they end up being stuck together. And after so long, then the calcium carbonate binds together and forms limestone. So right now we are doing the plaster. And I'm going to get some water, and we are going to mix that up thoroughly. At this point, it would be helpful if you had a spoon or a utensil that will mix. But be careful because you don't want to rip the bag. All right, now that this is mixed up thoroughly, we are going to add our gravel, which represents the pieces of shells that would be found in limestone. And this is what it looks like. Just give that a mix up. We are then going to pour this mixture into these cups, which this might be a little difficult, but rinsing my hands really quickly. And then you will have something that looks like this. At this point, you are going to have to let these sit in a warm place. Typically, the ocean is very warm, so in order for this to sit, it has to be set in a warm place, untouched for at least 5 days. I've already done this project ahead of time, so we are going to look at the different results of what our homemade limestone will look like. Do you see how it's kind of porous on top? That's what limestone actually looks like. And if you look down here, do you see the gravel and pieces of rock? Limestone is typically not as smooth as this. Because this is plaster, it's smoother. But limestone is very porous, like the top. It has holes in it. So there's one, and we can hopefully see if we can cut this to see what it looks like. Yeah, limestone is also very solid, much like this piece of plaster that we have right here. All right. So that just goes to show you how tough limestone, or in this case plaster, actually is. Limestone is about 3 times as hard as this plaster right here. Limestone is made from different shells along with different organisms that fall from different creatures in the ocean. Limestone is also made by calcium carbonate rocks, such as the rocks like stalagmites and stalactites in the different caves. They, when the water evaporates from them, it also causes limestone. We use limestone in several different things today. We can use it for different countertops, and it's also made to make different things like cement. There's limestone in cement, along with several other things that limestone is made. So this is just a little experiment that shows how limestone is formed and what it kind of looks like after it has been in the ocean and built up over many, many of years.